Once upon a time, the moon was shining brightly out on the sandy, flat top of the mesa, and a small rabbit came out to dance in the moonlight. BunniHoTep was tired because people were not getting along, and that made her sad, so she decided to do her favorite thing in the whole world: dance. BunniHoTep started to move slowly. She bowed in the direction of the Nile, and she bowed to the desert, and she danced. She danced slowly at first, dipping and spinning with her paws out from her sides, and she danced because she felt the earth move and the wind flow gently past her. She danced her joy at being alive in this body and in this beautiful place. And as she danced, something strange started to happen. Her joy moved through the world, and the first one to feel it was Bast. Bast came running out from her temple, and she brought her drum. Bast watched BunniHoTep and began to drum. And then the energy and love they brought to their dance moved farther out into the world. And Hathor began to feel her foot tap. Hathor said to herself, "I need to dance." It had been so long since she danced, and she was one of the goddesses whose dance helped make the world. So she ran out to join. And as she ran to join the dance, she grabbed Isis, who had come out to see what was happening. They joined the dance, and the joy moved farther out across the earth. Next Ma'at, Nephthys, and Nuit felt it, and came running to join. They spun and dipped and whirled and stretched their arms out to the world, and a strange thing began to happen. People began to smile. People who had not smiled in years smiled. They smiled at their neighbors. They smiled at strangers, and still BunniHoTep danced for joy. And then other things began to happen as Bast drummed. Women who had struggled at their labors gave birth easily, and the children that were born were blessed with peace and joy all their lives. And people who were sick and waiting to die let go, and with peace and love surrounding them. The crops in the fields grew sturdy and would produce much food at harvest time. People who were fighting stopped and wondered why they had ever done it. The beautiful night sky bloomed with stars overhead, and people wished on the shooting stars, and if their dreams weren't selfish, what they wished came true. And still the goddesses danced. A gentle rain came and caressed them and left to water the fields. Because Ma'at danced, people who had not been fair to one another settled their differences. And as their joy flooded the world, the people understood about this great flood of love and peace and joy. History records a great flood, and as man interprets these things in later years, it was recorded as a bad thing, because some people could not understand good and love in the world. The ones who wrote it down only knew that a great flood had come one night and changed the world. They never knew it was just the goddesses dancing because they loved the world.